Hello and welcome to Senior Happenings. We're so glad that you joined us today, and I'm very excited about our guests. We have Megan Cosgrove from the Meadows and also a board member of SALT. We have Jason Kelli and Kelli Gremmell from Faith in Action. So first of all, I'm going to go over to Miss Megan over here. Megan, please tell us a little bit about the Meadows first before we get into SALT.
Well, first of all, thank you for letting me be here today. So the Meadows is independent and assisted living. We are a family company, so my grandparents built it and lived there before they passed away. We're a level 2 assisted living, so we have a pretty wide range of folks who are still very independent up until those who need more assistance.
And SALT, how did you get involved with SALT, and what is SALT?
So I've been involved with SALT for, about 15 years, now 14 years, and SALT is Seniors and Law Enforcement Together. So this is just a council of folks who, number one, care about the community, our senior population, and number two, have a background in law enforcement. Some have a background in law enforcement or just that desire to interact, and to help others in that capacity. So it's composed of several different law enforcement communities, and then also just our volunteers that come in to help out.
Great. We're going to move over. Jason.
Thanks for having us.
You are so welcome.
We're glad to be here.
So Faith in Action.
Yeah, so Faith in Action is an outreach program of Washington Regional Medical Foundation, and we are a volunteer-driven program for homebound senior adults across Benton and Washington County.
And Kelli, what do you have to do in this mix?
Well, twofold sort. I am the president of our committee for Faith in Action. And so during that time, obviously our whole program is run by volunteers. And I always thought that wasn't something that I could do because I have a full-time job. But as the years have gone on, and I've been involved with Faith in Action for probably 18 years, but I decided to become a volunteer a year and a half ago, and I would just do what I could. So I can deliver pantry items, I can make phone calls, I can send people cards, I can go visit. Can't necessarily take people to their medical appointments, but other than that, it's been wonderful, and I have met some fantastic people doing that.
Great.
So, yes.
I had no idea. 18 years.
Yes, I know.
It's been going for a long time.
Yes, and it had been going, I'm not actually sure how long the program's been, but it's definitely been longer than that. Wow. So.
And Jason, an outline of what the program does.
Yeah, so our program, we just want to enrich the lives of homebound senior adults. And Kelli mentioned some of the things that we do. We offer transportation to doctor's appointments, grocery shopping, things like that. And then also we have a food pantry. So many of our clients across Northwest Arkansas, they are just on the brink of food insecurity. And so even in the past year, we have increased the amount of pantry items that we deliver to our clients. And then it's being a people forward program. The contact to break up the isolation is really key to our program, right? Like Kelli said, writing cards, making phone calls, in-home visits, just going to chat or listen. Senior adults love to talk, and they have so much to offer.
Oh my
just
goodness.
Fun stories. So I hear that all the time from our volunteers, just how great of stories they hear and even learn from senior adults.
So Kelli, the volunteers, do they all look like you, upwardly mobile professionals, or do we have some seniors who are volunteers in there too?
We have a wide range.
Okay.
So we have seniors who, some of them were volunteers and now they're clients. Mm-hmm. We have people who are retired. We have people my age. We've had some that are even younger than I am. So it's a good wide variety because the retirees are the ones who are able to provide the transportation more readily. And then I can fill in those places where maybe they don't have the time to do that.
Absolutely.
So it's a very nice mix.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
Megan.
Yes.
SALT, I feel like I'm putting you under the big light here. So SALT, I know that I have been involved in some of the SALT and had a great event that just passed. So at the Lutheran Church, we have an event in Bella Vista.
Right.
What other things does SALT do? And tell us a little bit about that event too.
Yes. Okay. So we hold monthly or pre-COVID, and now as we've been working back into, we'll hold monthly coffee with the cops. And so that, is basically just that time to interact. They want to normalize and really give personal time and attention to answering questions in each of the communities in the area. The event that just passed was our academy. We do those about twice a year, in which folks come in and we do a full day of just different seminars. We provide lunch and breakfast and light snacks, and then give them the opportunity to ask questions, but then also get more information on things like scams in our area, cyber crimes, power of attorney paperwork, and that kind of thing. All the things that are pertinent and that you can gather here and there, but it's nice to have it in one combined spot.
I will say, when I sit and listen, I learn so much anyway that it's really not just a senior thing. I think it's we just assume that seniors are gullible to scams, and I must say they are not.
Correct.
They are not. It's happened in our office. It happened to me personally. It's just they catch you at the right moment, and it's just very believable, and you react rather than thinking about it. So, I think everybody should be able to go to that. Really,
yes, and they're so creative.
Yes,
and it just continues. So it helps, even if it's the same topics. Every time we have one of these academies, there's always new information that's thrown in. So that helps. And
so. We're at the holiday season.
Yes.
Everybody's eating too much, as we do. That's why we're behind a table. I love it. Talk a little bit about the necessities drive.
Yes,
Tell me about
you
that.
Got it. So this actually happened several years back. We started seeing just especially in our area, we have so many great resources, but we find that there are so many who are isolated, and even pre-COVID. So now in these days where, there's even more, separation and, that kind of thing, it is even harder. So we realized we just want the opportunity to reach out to folks in the community and let them know hey, somebody cares. So we started this necessities drive in which we gathered up the basic necessities: toilet paper, scarves, gloves, hats, lotion, all of the paper towels, those kind of things, and then take them out into the community. So one of the major recipients has been Operation Good Morning right here in Bella Vista. Right. So, again, letting those folks know, folks who are utilizing that program are folks that need a reminder, or someone checking on them because they don't necessarily have those contacts who check on them regularly in their lives. So it was just a way for them to have something or someone acknowledge them.
And paper towels are expensive.
Paper towels
I don't care who you are. Paper towels are expensive.
That's
right.
Yes. Yes.
Especially these days and age. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So we've kind of we've partnered with the sheriff's office, and over the last 2 years now, it's really blown up. We've had a lot more interest and input because folks, especially in the holidays, want to give back, and so we've been so grateful that we've not only been able to gather supplies and given packages to all of the Good Morning recipients, but then also others in the community. So we'll take these bags, these supplies, and we'll give them to Bella Vista and Gentry, Pea Ridge, Centerton, any of the police departments that need them, and then they can take them out into the community for those homebound folks that need them the most. And
we were talking before the camera went on that we have a connection here where we can pass. You see, that's what's so wonderful about this and about us getting to network live on TV and solve issues. So Jason, coming up in the holidays, are there any special things that Faith in Action does for their?
There is. So obviously everyone enjoys the food you talked about, even senior adults, and so many of them are isolated and don't have family members that are nearby or things like that. And so especially throughout the holidays, we want to, bless them, encourage them through things. And so we partner with a guy in Washington County. He is a caterer. Secondhand Smoke is the name of his business, and he smokes some delicious meats for us and cooks some amazing food, and we package that up and then we deliver it to some of our clients across Benton and Washington County. And we'll do that at Christmas this year as well.
That's wonderful.
And then in the past, we've had a senior giving tree. And it was an actual tree, an actual location, but in our crazy, funky world we live in now, we do everything pretend virtual tree, and it's huge. The tree is so big in the virtual world. So, yeah, you can't even see the top of it, right? So, yeah, and we have things that on there just to donate to kind of pack our pantry. And so that way we can take even more things out.
So virtually they go to the Washington Regional Faith in Action website.
That's correct.
And can click on something and is it through Amazon or?
So it's even easier than that too. You can go to our Facebook page, which is Faith in Action NWA. And the links are out there. We do have a year-round events registry on Amazon and at Walmart, and so you don't even have to leave your home. You can actually use your phone and go out there and do some shopping and it'll come straight to our pantry, and we'll just put it on the shelf very quickly until it goes out to one of the clients and stuff. So
I think if there's one good thing that came from COVID. I don't know, there's nothing that good came from COVID. But we all became more proficient with ordering things and getting things delivered.
Non-contact stuff.
Yes,
right?
non-contact stuff. And I think that has given folks sitting at home who want to do something but don't know what to do or don't have the time in their schedules to volunteer but do want to reach out in their community. I think that has been a great thing. It really has, because you can go on the Facebook page and donate to the giving tree. I know that Home Instead is also doing Santa for a senior, and they're doing theirs virtually this year also. So there are so many options if we let them know that they're out there.
So there's another cool thing that I want Kelli to tell you about.
Yes.
It's one of our clients who makes cards.
Yes.
This is so incredible.
We do. We have an amazing client. She's 87 years old and lives on her own. And she makes, and I wish that I had one with me to show you, she makes the most beautiful cards. She's incredibly talented. Every single one is different. And so I actually got to know her because she always makes our Thanksgiving basket cards, and so they're all different. She makes 30 of them, and some of them have glitter, and some of them have ribbons, and they have pumpkins that pop off the top. Well, I love these cards, and so I wanted to meet her because I wanted to buy some for myself. We became friends. Once I became a volunteer, she kind of became one of my clients. And in fact, just yesterday in the mail, I had commented on one of her cards, and I like llamas, and so she made me this. It's almost like a package. It's a card. It has a ribbon around it, and you open it up, and there's llamas inside. And she sent me this lovely letter with it, and make sure I still like llamas. But so all of our clients get one of her beautiful cards. She puts on the back, Elaine's creations, and it gives her something to do. She has arthritis, so she can only make 5 at a time. Her doctor will only let her do 5 at a time. She follows the rules. And so she started them about 3 months ago, and she gave them to me a couple weeks ago, and so I have all these cards, and we give them to, I think what we've decided this year is that the people who are taking the food are going to get the food, and we're going to send out the cards to the clients who aren't getting the food. So everybody gets a lovely gift.
Because who doesn't food, but cards.
Exactly, and so it's great for her brain. It keeps her going, and she has cartons and cartons and cartons of stuff that she uses to make these cards. So, yes. So she gives back as a client, gives back to the other clients.
And I think that's important too, that we let people know it doesn't matter what age you are, what physical state you're in, there's always something that you can do to give back. You don't always have to be the recipient, or you can be the recipient and give back.
Correct.
Also,
sometimes it's hard for us who we have abilities and, we can be mobile. It's hard for us to find our purpose, much less someone who has a little bit more of a limitation. So we find that often in the senior living population that, finding that quality of life or how they can kind of connect to that and then, feel like they're still making a difference and literally making a difference, not just feel like they are.
Correct.
Is so important. It's really neat.
Well, and I also, I send out a birthday card to all of I was doing Washington and Benton County, and that was a lot of people. So I've scaled back to Benton County, but I have it on my calendar. And so I buy birthday cards from her to send to the clients and let them know one of your fellow clients made this card and I hope you have a lovely day and whatever. But at least they're getting something from somebody else and it's not just a generic birthday card.
Absolutely.
There's just a lot of love and thought and creativity put into them. And so yes.
I think that's the key also, that today we're just so used to people kind of handing us, this is what you need to do, this is the steps. We sometimes don't do a good job of trying to find information out and doing a little detective work, to know, I want to help, how can I do that? So I think that's on everybody also, to just make that little extra effort to see what's out there, because there will be people who don't know about the necessities, right? There will be people, I've met people who don't know about Faith in Action, which astounds me, It astounds me, and I'm sure it astounds everybody. I mean, it really does. You will find people who, we were talking about the Schmeeding Center earlier, who do not know about the Schmeeding Center, who could benefit from the Schmeeding Center. And we used to have a satellite office here in this building.
Yes.
And everybody does a great job of getting the word out there, but we do not reach some people. So, but anyway, we're going to take a very short pause and we will be right back with this very interesting conversation. I so do appreciate our guests in the office today. And welcome back. We are joined in the studio. We've had great conversations so far, but with Megan Cosgrove from the Meadows and also a board member of SALT. We've also been joined by Jason Kelli and Kelli Gremmell with Faith in Action. I needed to look at my notes there. At least I didn't have to put my glasses on. You were so good. So back into the conversation. The necessities drive.
Yes.
How do we participate? Where do we drop off our stuff?
Yes.
If we need to be part of it, if we have a need and would like to be on the list, how do we do that?
Yes, great question. So first of all, like you mentioned, we are looking for kind of a whole wide range. So first of all, if there's a nomination, if you yourself or someone else know of someone that could really use this, we want those nominations to go to Miranda Booth at the Sheriff's Department. So if you call the Sheriff's Department, non-emergency, and say, hey, I'm looking for Miranda Booth, then she would be the contact for that. And that works very well to streamline. Miranda's done a fantastic job of really supporting and being a part of this along with us. So she's a good contact for that. We try with those specific nominations, if they have specific needs as well, or in addition to the basic package that we put together, we try to meet those needs. So it kind of stemmed from she had someone in her community that her dryer had broken, and so it was like, we had these funds, again, like you mentioned, benefit to COVID or to these times, right? Was that folks had donated some money. We were able to use a portion of that money to get that fixed because it was a necessity. She needed that for her situation and what was happening in her household. So, we can, if there are specific needs and or just general, gosh, I really would like someone to make contact with me, then reach out to Miranda. In general, there are a lot of other drop-off locations as well. Some folks like that ability to, to actually take it somewhere. We have one at the Meadows. We'll have one at several, or we have them at several police stations as well. So Bella Vista has been a huge supporter. They always collect things for us as well. Pea Ridge, Gentry, police departments as well do also. So there are lots of places to either drop things off.
Right.
Additionally, we have a GoFundMe page that folks can donate straight there. So there are a lot of different options as far as that's concerned.
Now, I always think about the people in facilities, especially nursing homes.
Yes.
they can be nominated too, right?
They can. We haven't attached to anyone, just because, a lot of the times the facilities themselves will help to kind of, take care of those folks. But if there are specific nominations, of someone who doesn't have anyone else, they don't have any family, they don't have any friends they're visiting, they have some needs, then yes, we certainly will take those nominations as well.
Good, because it's so nice just to get a gift of something,
Yes.
and especially if it comes from an outside source. I think you are felt cared and loved for.
Yes.
And that's important. So, if people are watching and they have family that are in our area and that they won't be able to come for Christmas, reach out, and don't be afraid to reach out for a neighbor. Pride gets in the way sometime.
Yes.
I would be happy to get paper towels.
Yes.
Or a handwritten card. That would make my Christmas season.
And I will say, last year, Lowe's here in Bella Vista they were phenomenal and donated so many beautiful poinsettias. So we're, it's not a guarantee, but the hope is that they would receive not only some of the basic items, but then also something like a beautiful card or a poinsettia or something to, that it's a little special. It's just a little something extra.
Absolutely.
But like you said, most of our nominations do come from the neighbor down the road or from, the person who knows the situation, but they know they're not going to do or say anything on their own.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Jason, how do we sign up for any of your programs?
Yeah, well, I think first we are always looking to onboard new clients, and that's a simple process, really. You have to be over the age of 60 and not driving. That's it. And then we want to talk to you, visit. We have 2 coordinators. One houses in Washington County and one in Benton County. And so at both of their locations, pantry, shelf-stable foods, paper goods, all those kind of things can be dropped off at those locations. It's just easy to find those on our website or Facebook page. And as far as providing stuff, again, our Amazon and Walmart link is great to do that. Or if you have a hankering to drive down south to Fayetteville, that's a long way.
Big drive.
If you just really need to drop something off, there's our Faith in Action office in Washington County is a Circle Drive there on Washington Regional Medical Center's campus.
Yes.
You can just drive by. There's this old white farmhouse. It's very nostalgic, and you can just drop your stuff off on this cute little screened-in covered porch.
Is that close? Isn't there a circle?
It is.
I think I've been around the
And you
circle a
just-
few times.
You
and
can.
then-
You can just we'll even let you kind of park on the circle to unload your stuff.
Okay.
So it's really easy
Yes.
and kind of fun and just all those things. So, yeah.
And Kelli, if you're thinking of volunteering,
Yes.
just the same process, reach out.
Yes, we now have the application is on the website. So
Okay.
if you go to Washington Regional's website and go to Faith in Action, there is the volunteer application. And it's really very simple. You go through you are able to say, this is what I would like to volunteer with. And you circle what you think you would be able to do. And then that gets turned into, depending on if it's Washington County, Benton County, Sandra, or Megan. And there's a few little HR things that you would have to go to Washington Regional to do.
Right.
Very minor, easy to do, and very rewarding.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And just go through, Jason, one more time, what Faith in Action provides. Transportation to and from doctor's appointments,
Grocery
errands,
shopping. Yeah, just anything that our clients would need to get somewhere.
And I think I also saw when I was looking on the website to do with help with paying bills.
So that's like the organization of that.
Okay.
Not necessarily here's $100
Well,
for
yes,
your
I didn't
electric
think
bill.
that, yes.
But I mean, that would be great. We'll take those donations and funnel it that way
Right.
if somebody wants to pay that. But, writing out checks if they still do that, or
Right.
just kind of organizing that kind of stuff.
Right.
Take that burden off of them or help them with
Absolutely.
it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Hanging pictures on people's walls, doing yard work.
Changing light bulbs.
I've changed light bulbs. Yes, so it's a wide variety of just things around the house. I mean, we had a client who her arthritis was so bad she couldn't change the light bulb. She was in an apartment. The apartment building doesn't do that.
Okay.
So we came and
Yes.
did that, or opened up jars for her because she couldn't do that.
Right.
So yeah.
Or sharing a cup of tea. Our Benton County coordinator last week was telling us how she went to one of the clients' house and she got her fine china out and had little cookies, and they had tea and cookies. Just
I can sign up for that.
Yes, you could.
okay, we'll get you processed. No
We'll be the
problem.
tea lady.
Yeah.
Scones and tea.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then our pantry, obviously,
Yes.
is our one of our main pieces of our program, and delivering shelf-stable food and paper products and incontinence supplies, things like that.
Those things are expensive too.
very expensive. Yeah.
Jason, not to hijack
No,
your
please,
show
go
here.
in.
What would you say are the main supplies that you are lacking or missing? Like, is there something that's like, gosh, we're always out of this. We really are looking for it.
Because they'll put it on the list.
Yes, we
Right.
will.
Always the paper goods.
Okay.
Always paper goods. And then coffee goes really quickly as well. And heart-healthy soups. It is kind of soup season. So
Low salt. We try to do low sodium soups, crackers. Obviously, peanut butter would be creamy, not crunchy. Sugar-free jellies, that type of thing. And our Facebook page is it's become very up to date now. It lagged for a little while, but every week Megan will post, this is what we're low on. So a couple weeks ago it was beans. Now it's sugar-free jelly and peanut butter. So you can always go, and if you happen to be at the grocery store, pick it up like I just did this weekend, or you can go to that Amazon, and she always provides the link, Amazon and Walmart, because maybe you're not able to drive, but you still want to do that. You order it, and it goes straight to the farmhouse. So it's become very easy to
We have
do
no
that.
excuse.
So-
None. No, we need to get on it.
We do.
right.
We really do need to
come on,
get
let's
on
do it.
Exactly.
Wow, I'm inspired now. I'm
Exactly.
going to have tea
Yes.
with people.
oh, right, with fine china.
Yes.
With
Oh,
fine
absolutely.
china.
Yes.
I can take my own. That's okay. I have my
Probably
own.
have better tea.
So what we'd like to tell everybody is please utilize the programs that are out there, the Necessities Drive, Faith in Action. There's also other programs out there. Home Instead is doing Santa for a Senior. Think about Meals on Wheels, anything. And please look after your neighbors. Don't just assume that somebody is doing well. We've learned through COVID that people are not doing well, and we need to be extra gracious and extra careful of our neighbors. So reach out, and if you don't want to nominate them, then go to Walmart, Allen's or Harps, and get some groceries and just drop it off. Be a good neighbor. So we appreciate everybody being in the studio today, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.